to share my passion about changing the perceptions of people who look different. And one of the reasons why I work in the field that I work in, where I'm directly working with people to decide what goes on TV and in movies, is because that's what affects how people treat us in society. Being born a little person, I'm only one of 30,000 people in the United States. That means most people, when they see a little person, they see them on TV or in a movie. And if they see them in a positive light, they're going to treat me with a lot of respect. If they see them in a negative light, they're going to be really disrespectful to me. And I have to walk every day trying to show the best version of myself. And I have to know that people are going to come up to me in shame or in excitement. I always encourage people to ask questions and not make assumptions. And I think that goes across the board. I think we all need to share each other's stories with each other. And we need to ask questions and not be afraid to ask questions. Because if people make assumptions, then it's just going to go in the wrong direction. A lot of people are hesitant on what term to use when they're referring to a little person. I always tell people, just call me Becky. There's the term midget, which is very offensive. There may be some people who grew up in a different environment that I grew up in, and maybe they may find that term acceptable. But to me, it's not, and it's really degrading. There are multiple schools across the country that have the term midget in the name of their mascot. Imagine if your child was a little person and they went to a school with that mascot. How would that make them feel? How would that make you feel? It's really important for people not to use labels and to make people feel included in society. I think if we work together and find ways that we can help each other, we're going to go a lot further. I love being part of environments where people are connecting and willing to share each other's stories. A place like New York City is really great for me because there's so much diversity. There's a place for everyone to fit in. I grew up in a small town in Massachusetts, and it was a lot harder. Fortunately, within the town where I grew up, my mother and sister both were teachers in the school system, and that did help prevent me from being bullied, where I hear stories now of little people who are being bullied in their school systems. My mom and sister really helped create that environment where people would be inclusive. I also had a friend who is of average height, and she was in my class from preschool to 7th grade. That also helped prevent people from coming up to me because they knew that she was always going to be by my side. We all need an ally in this life, and we all need to work together, and we can't keep holding things in. There are so many people with internal disabilities. I was fortunate where I can go out in the world and there's nothing I'm hiding because people can see my difference. But there are people who have internal disabilities, and it's been talked about a lot. It's important to share that story too. I know people are afraid to share their story because they're afraid of how people react. But if you get over that hump of opening up and sharing your story with others, you don't realize how many people you can affect. There are so many people who are watching my social media. I stand by the brand Becky Motivates because I really want to continue to motivate the next generation of little people to live life to their fullest. And so many people will follow that brand, and I will constantly post things that I'm doing because I know it'll make a difference and help parents who may shelter their children. A lot of little people, 80%, are born to average height parents. So sometimes average height parents who've never seen a little person before may put them up for adoption because they're afraid of what the future may hold. And my goal is to help prevent that from happening and help people embrace who they have as a child and know that they're capable of anything. And my parents, fortunately, did just that for me, and I want to continue to give that back. And as I advocate for little people, I advocate for the disability community, and I advocate for diversity as a whole, because we all have so much in common, and we can create the change we want to see in the world if we continue to set examples for other people. Thank you.